There we go. It's the Pearlo Wisdom Show, the NHL Pearls of Wisdom Show, coming to you live. How you doing, gentlemen? It was a pretty predictable night. I liked Tampa yesterday, but Islanders always scare you, don't they? They always do. But man, they're having a tough time on the road now. They've been on the road a heck of a long time, and I got to thinking, the big problem with this long road trip for them is that they don't really, and this has always been the Islanders' issue as far as I'm concerned, is you had to get a new TV out. Is that they don't really have anybody replace anybody in the lineup. Tonight, Aho is replacing Noah Dobson tonight. So they're going to get some fresh legs in there. But it doesn't seem like they're all that confident in their depth. And I think I got to go Florida tonight. But yeah, Tampa Bay played them tough. The smartest thing that Tampa Bay did yesterday is they dropped them right away. They dropped the gloves with Maroon drops the gloves with Chara of all people. I mean, now talk about taking one for the team. I would not want to be going fisticuffs with that dude, that's for sure. But it got the team, because both teams had lazy legs coming in. They had a couple days off. And so having a scrap, especially with the Islanders, you want to get your legs moving early. Gets the energy going in the Chara won. I mean, when's Chara ever going to lose a fight unless you catch a lucky blow on him or something like that? But it didn't really matter who won there. When somebody drops the gloves with Chara, your team already won. The fact that you did it and the energy it brought to the team. So basically Maroon is like, look guys, this is serious now. I loved it. I've been talking smack about Tampa Bay for a long time, about the regular season. Well, they woke up last night and they actually decided we're going to start. Hopefully this is something that continues for the rest of the season. I'm going to keep watching for it. But that was a big wake up for Maroon to say, you know what, we got to give her now. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to start here. I'm going to take one for the team and get my butt kicked by Chara, because you're almost certainly going to get your butt kicked if you're fighting Chara. So, and if the guys can't get going and moving from that, I mean, there's really not much you can do. And that was a great move. Fantastic move by them. But Tampa Bay really took it to them the whole game. I thought it was, I think the Islanders looked a little disheveled. And it's funny, I was wondering what was going to happen, because now they're on a long road trip, and I can't remember how many games they've been on in a row. But actually, in this case, they were kind of home. They played New Jersey. They had a couple days off. They played New Jersey. They had a couple days off, and they played Tampa. So, they're all going home then, right? And I think, I'm sure they had some rest, and that was necessary and all of that. But they didn't look like they had rest last night. It looked like they were sluggish, actually, kind of sluggish. And maybe the road trip is wearing on them. Maybe that long rest, in their next game, they'll get back to what they were. Oh, yeah, Iggy in the hall. Yeah, for sure. He should first ballot. I love Iggy. He's one of my faves of all time. Who is going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame? It's you go to Google something. It's a very simple thing. I just want to know who's going to be inducted. Okay, here we go. Jerome McGinley leads the crew. Marian Hossa, he deserves it. Kevin Lowe. Doug Wilson, yeah, I get it. And Canadian women's goalie St. Pierre. Oh, yeah, for sure. Kim St. Pierre. Absolutely. So, Doug Wilson getting inducted as a player, probably more than as a general manager, but just for everything he's done makes complete sense. Marian Hossa is one of the most underrated wingers ever to play the game. He was one of the most underrated two-way guys that ever played the game. It's almost a crime he didn't have a Selke. Awesome. Brindamore, Brindamore will go in. I don't know why they're waiting. I think because he's a coach now, when they induct him, he'll have even more of a resume to be inducted in. So he'll be in there for sure. I'm sure of it. Anyways, as the title suggested, and the other one was Columbus. I had Columbus last night. And I from what I understand, there was tons of people in on Detroit. But I love Columbus's swagger right now. Even when they were down 2-0, I felt that they were going to come back. In fact, I actually messaged a client of mine and said, watch Columbus come back from this 2-0. They were beating the crap out of them. They got a couple lucky goals. And then Columbus did exactly that. They came back. Detroit was back on their heels. I love their aggressiveness they play with. I love it. They're taking risks here and there. I like teams that take risks. I'm not a big fan of, playing the safe route every single play. So you're always behind the man and all that, behind the puck and stuff like that. I don't like that type of hockey, even though I know it's successful, but it's not my favorite type of hockey for sure. But Brindamore definitely should be in. I think for sure. He should be in, no doubt about it. Serrano, my gosh, buddy, haven't seen you around for a while. Joey Serrano, and the Philadelphia Flyers playing tonight. Going to be a tough one. Carter Hart, Kings. No, Sharks play tonight. Sharks play against Mini tonight. Oh, Canes. Oh, play some tough teams. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Canes tonight. I think the Canes will still win that game. Marsh's show is out. He had to go on COVID. That's all it's all about, Joey. Joey in life. I'm pretty sure that the Canes are going to win tonight, Lauren. The Kings are going to be tough. The Kings are going to be tough. They are playing tough hockey right now. No doubt about it. And did you say the Ducks? No, you're not playing the Sharks. You're playing the Ducks. Ducks are going to be tough. That is going to be tough. I'm really interested to see what the Ducks do against Washington tonight. I'm off of it right now. Washington is just they're two teams coming in with a lot of confidence. And Gibson will be in. I'm actually kind of leaning the Ducks. I'm not big on Washington's goaltending. Still not big on their goaltending, but they're playing pretty well defensively this year for them. It's a tough one, though. Ovechkin is on fire, and he's got that team on fire. people they're rallying behind Ovechkin in Washington right now. I really, the big thing is now, I don't know how, if they're tapering this type of activity down a little bit. They're going to the Sun Belt, and Washington likes to have a good time, So, there's that. And there's no way of knowing whether they've tempered that here, because it really looks like they're taking this season seriously. The regular season here seriously. It's possible that they're just foregoing all of their pleasures right now and going out and crushing every night as much as they can. It appears that way. But if there was a place where they kind of took some time to enjoy life, Anaheim might be that place. So, I'm on the fence about that game. What do you guys think? Anaheim and Washington tonight? I'm going to do that again. I'm going to ask you guys, what do you guys think? You liking the Ducks? They certainly got some flow going there in Anaheim right now, don't they? It's Trevor Zegras. It's going to be. It's going to be like, to me, I don't know. Is it the game of the night? It's the one I'm kind of really most interested in seeing, because I love seeing two hot teams go against each other. The Predators and Leafs. What do you guys got? Predators and Leafs. Caps are a weird team. I agree, Lauren. I agree with you 100%. They are a weird team. They don't have the best defensemen on paper. They don't have the best goaltending. They're actually hurting depth-wise right now. But like I said, when one of the greatest players of all time puts a team on its back, they tend to follow. So, and that seems to be what's happened. He's put the team on his back and said, we're winning here. We're winning. We're all about. They told us that we weren't going to make the playoffs this year. All right, we'll see about that. Let's go show them about that. And I wouldn't doubt that Laviolette has like press pitch, things all over the walls in the dressing room saying, look, they're saying we're missing the playoffs. They say we're not good enough. Our defense isn't good enough. Well, are we gonna sit here and believe that stuff, or what? Are we gonna be the Washington Capitals? Are we gonna take the bull by the horns and crush this regular season like we need to, and show them? And that's what I think is happening here. And it seems like Ovechkin has taken that to heart, and he's playing. Ovechkin is playing with a fire in his eyes. I haven't seen too often, to tell you the honest truth. Things come fairly easy to Ovechkin, but if you look at him now, like how many times you see him and his eyes are like wide open, man, and he's freaking intense. And you have a guy as old as him who's going for one of the greatest shooters of all time. Doing that, it's going to permeate through the whole team, and it certainly did. So what do we got? Toronto and Nashville. I think Nashville wins tonight. I don't think Toronto can beat a team that works as hard as Nashville does. With Saros and net, like they got shots, yeah, but if you're not getting to the puck first, what does it matter what your shooters are? What does it matter if you got McDavid, Matthews, whatever, if you're beating them to the puck all night long? So, and you're on the puck and anticipating before it even goes to those players all night long. What are they going to do? Like, I like Nashville, and Toronto's susceptible to lose to teams like that because they get beat to the puck a lot. Then you put in a soft defense. So they go in there and start slamming bodies early and wearing that defense down and getting them a little bit scared of touching the puck. And I think you're going to need Campbell to go all over. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Toronto or Nashville? Joey, are you looking it up? You're looking it up right now? Have they even said where starting goaltenders? It's oh my gosh. I may have to change it. I don't know. I'll have to tell you. I'll tell you in a second here, but I'll see what Toronto's putting in. Juicy Saros is probably in. I imagine it'll be Jack Campbell. I can't see why it wouldn't be. But Saros. Yeah, if it was Ingram, I would be going Toronto. Yeah, I agree, Lauren. I'm with you on that. By the way, I don't know if you know this, Lauren, but Ranta's in net tonight. Ranta's back. That seems early to me. I thought he was going to be out for a while. Are they stretching it here or what? Not so heavy on the game now with Ranta in net. It's cool, but I mean, I don't. What's his numbers so far in Carolina haven't been spectacular. 249, 900, yeah, and it's probably Lehner. Maybe they're gonna go with Brossoit. That would be cool. I'm a little bit more. Yeah, Vegas is very hurt right now, so I think that they figure that. But Stone's going to be back in. However, Marchessault is out. So, but if you look at their lineup, I mean, Carolina should still pick that team apart. I even on the road. Well, that's true. Ranta does have more experience with Vegas. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. He played in the West with the Coyotes there. So that's a really good point. That made me feel a little better, Lauren. Thank you very much for that. So we got Joey Serrano says Nashville too. Okay. Let's go to the next game then. Islanders versus Panthers. The Islanders are on a back-to-back. And the Panthers, I believe, have had a little bit of rest here. The Islanders had a lot of rest before their last game that they lost to Tampa Bay, and now they're on a back-to-back. And Florida's putting Bobrovsky in. And Florida actually has played a lot. They played 4 games last week. Then they had 2 days off. Oh, wait. This is the first game back from a long road trip. Ouch. Ouch. I did not even realize that. Wow, this could be a shaky game here. Devondra. Woo! Devondra will be at the Carolina Hurricanes game today. Sweetness. You like Florida? I was liking Florida until I realized it was the first game back from a long road trip. And then Islanders are on a back-to-back. I think that could be a weird game. I think I'm fading that game. I haven't liked the way the Islanders played. And they got their butt handed to them by Tampa Bay last night. So there's two aspects of that, right? You got it depends on why they were so sluggish. Are they going to come out of it tonight against Florida? Did I hear about what Ron Francis said about the Kraken? No, I did not. What did Ron Francis say about the Kraken? Should I look it up or are you going to tell me? But I'm a little iffy about that game. Florida, first game back off of a road trip is tougher than people realize. You're on a long road trip. And it's like when a team's on a road trip, there's a lot of things going on. Oh, you said they find a way to lose. Yeah, I would agree. I think he nailed that on the head right there. I think Seattle plays like a team. I'd say Seattle plays like a team that is afraid to lose instead of a team that wants to win. And to me, that's coaching. That's coaching. They're playing tentative. And I don't know where it's coming from. But like the Arizona game that they lost, that was one of the biggest signs of that right there. I think where that's coming from, okay, this is my theory on that. I think everybody knows you like the Isles big. Really? Oh, wow. Devondra likes the Isles. I should write this down. Devondra likes the Isles. The Devondra, okay, Islanders, Florida. I haven't been doing this in a while. Just remind me tomorrow. I'll believe you. I'll believe you. Well, okay, so here's my theory about that. Devondra likes the Isles big. What is there a reason for that, or is that just a gut feeling, Devondra? You like the Flyers. Flyers on the road, right? Oh, at home against Calgary. I kind of like them too there, honestly. I probably like the under more than anything there, though. I got to remember to put that in. I kind of like them there too, honestly. We'll get to that game, but so my theory on Seattle is that you got a bunch of veterans there like Giordano, Eberle, Tanev, Donskoy. You know, I'm missing a couple, I'm sure, but I don't think any of them want to move. Right? They just want to set their roots there in Seattle, and they don't want to move again. It's tough on a family to move again. So I think they're playing. That's what's happening is they first of all, they don't believe in themselves. So and then when they get to the point where they're going to win, they start thinking, we got to win this. Because if not, it's like hovering over their head. That's what I'm trying to say. It's hovering over their heads that if we don't make it by the deadline, a bunch of us are going to get traded. They're going to trade for picks. And that's really what I thought he was going to do anyways, Francis. So in that way, Lauren, of course, as he often is, I think it's definitely correct. That is on Francis in a way. However, I understand why Francis did what he did. But I don't think it's right that he comes out and says what he says after he put that, when basically, if in fact he believed that that's what he was going to do anyways. Well, yeah, there's not enough puck movers. We were saying that in the beginning. And yeah, the Grubauer signing to me was odd. I didn't think he needed to go that way. I didn't really get it. CL in the house. Well, like I said, I think he picked out the players that he knew he'd be able to get picks for down the road. So, kind of, I don't know. I would be saying now, I don't know if it's really the best thing to say that they're finding ways to lose publicly like that. I mean, I'm sure there's been discussions about this and why and all of those sort of things like that. Go Flyers tonight. Yeah, you got 2 Philly fans. Should be a barn burner. It's going to be Calgary is not an easy out by any stretch of the imagination, that's for sure. So we should go to our next game here. And Canadians versus Rangers. And Caden Primo is in tonight. Now, I forgot to check. How has Caden Primo been doing in the minors? But, I mean, this is going to be tough for Montreal. You got. I don't know if you call him a rookie anymore, but a really young goaltender that hasn't really done well in the NHL so far. Or in the NHL, did I say AHL? Okay, he has pretty decent numbers in the AHL. 241 and a 916. Now, I'm not sure how good defensively that team is. But last year he had, again, okay numbers. He's just had okay numbers. They don't have numbers that scream confidence, that's for sure. So what do you guys think? Rangers and Montreal, throw her up there. What do you think? Yeah, I think the way he structured the team, he should keep his mouth shut, Lauren. I don't think he should be saying anything in public about what they're doing or how they're winning or anything like that. I agree with you. What are you doing? Rangers. Devondra has the Habs. Joey's got the Rangers. Devondra's, we're going to have to come in here tomorrow, Devondra. Remember all your picks so you can brag about it, especially if the Habs win there. I got the Rangers all day on that game. The Rangers are starting to get it together. They're playing a lot better than they were like 5 games ago. The finest Steel Flyers Steel is in the house. By the way, we got swag coming. We're going to have swag coming there, boys and girls. It's going to be good times. I got the Rangers. What do you got, Steel? Rangers in Montreal. Caden Primo in net. Well, guess what? Oh, Steele. Okay. Who are you saying that to? Are you saying that to Serrano? Joey in the house. I know. I couldn't believe it. I was so thankful that Joey came by here today and graced us with his presence. New York Rangers all day. Yeah. I think pretty much everybody's on the Rangers except for Devondra. Devondra is not on the Rangers. Okay, let's talk about it, boy. Let's talk about it. We got the Flyers fans here. It's no doubt you already know what Serrano and you got Calgary and Philadelphia. Hart is confirmed. I imagine Markstrom will be confirmed as well. Calgary has been on the road for what seems like a very long time. 1, 2, 3. They played Montreal, Toronto, Philadelphia, or Ottawa. What is? Please tell me it's not the first game back from a long road trip. No, it's not for Philadelphia. Yeah, so this is their fourth game. Man, oh man, this is a super long road trip for them. They got Philadelphia here and they're Buffalo after that. They're both of them are. Ellis is out again. Yeah, I got sponsored. I'm a sponsored guy now. I got me some sponsorship. Woo! Oh, rematch too. Yeah. Philly beat them last game, right? There's that. Yeah, good point, Steele. Johnny Hockey is good. Yeah, you guys bring up some awesome points, man. I don't even know why. I should just sit here and listen to you. Because Johnny Hockey and that's kind of his home area anyways. He's going to have all his family in the land coming to that game. Great points. And he's that kind of guy that he feeds off of positive energy. And when he's riding high and feeling confident, man, he's beautiful to watch. Yes, I'm a Manscaped ambassador. Go check it out. Well, we're going to have a little thing here you can press on it. I'm getting some products already. I'll tell you that right now. I was giddy inside. I was like feeling warm and fuzzy on my insides when I found out that this is Manscaped. If you understand what Manscaped is, let me tell you, man, I could tell you right now, if my body was a yard, I would have to hire probably 3 or 4 landscapers through the summer to keep up with the business. So I'm really very happy about this. I'm very happy about this, and I checked out some of the stuff that I could get, and it looks pretty amazing. So great product, great company, and I'm glad to be part of it. Calgary won last game. Okay, so you say Philly is going to win this game because it's a revenge game. Like that. I'll keep that in my bank. I'll keep that in my bank up there now. I don't have another YouTube up, do I? Do I have this? Let me get rid of this. That should be good. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remove some things here that maybe might be interfering, but I don't see anything interfering. Should be good now. You think Calgary's going to win? All right. Okay, so Steele's got Calgary. Right on. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been. I deleted a couple things that were on my wife. My wife is on her account there. So, okay, Pearlo dance for sure. I'm gonna not only. This is my intention. Okay, not only am I going to be the spokesperson for Manscaped, I'm going to be the mascot. I'm going to be the mascot. You watch. You watch, my friend. I'm going to be the mascot. You like Philly. You're all over Philly. Okay, Devondra is all over Philly. Let me look at the lineups here. I should do this all the time when I do every game. We got Philadelphia Flyers, okay? Let's get in deep to this game. Get in the deep. Puck in deep. As Peyton and I like to say. We're going to get shirts that say puck in deep. So Kevin Hayes is back in the land. We got to remember that. Farabee, Hayes, and Atkinson. That just feels right, doesn't it? That line just feels very, very right. And they're putting Van Riemsdyk up on the top line with Couturier and Giroux. So Brassard down more on the third line where he probably should be. They got Lawton at center and Konechny on the wing. Now, that is trying to get offense through the whole lineup, I guess, there. And then Brown, Thompson, and McEwen is whatever. I'm a little bit off. I'm still not big on the defense. Braun has been playing really well, but how long is that going to hold up? Seriously. And then, Sanheim without Ellis in there. Ristolainen has been better than he was in Buffalo. And then, Yandel and Sealer. But that's where they kind of breaks down for me. I'm going to get you guys up on my stream here so I can see you. They're trying to spark JVR, yeah. Well, that should do it. That's for sure. It's the kind of line that, it's going to be go to the net, create some havoc so guys like Couturier and Giroux can do their thing. And it makes sense, but how successful will it be? Oh, wait, no Lindblom. Lindblom is scratched, boys and girls. Lindblom is scratched for that game. Yeah, might not be a bad idea, right? He hasn't been producing, 1 assist in 13 games? That ain't going to cut it. That ain't going to cut it at all. Okay, let's look at Calgary's lineup now. So in comparison to Philly, they've been on the road a long time. So you got Gaudreau, Lindholm, and Tkachuk, who are crushing it right now. Coleman, Monahan is probably what he's supposed to be now, a 40-point player with Mangiapane. That's some speed. And that's, I think, the problem in Philly is speed is a little bit of an issue. They got crushed by Toronto's speed. Dylan Dubé with Backlund and Lewis. And then Lucic with Richardson and Walker Duehr. So who's out? Oh, yeah. Tyler Pitlick out. Juuso Valimaki wants to get traded because he gets scratched every game. But, and then defense, Hannafin, Anderson have been okay. Shilington, Tanev have been good. Shilington's got 10 points in 14 games. And then Zadorov and Gudbranson. Wow, I do not like that combination, but I think you'll see Gudbranson fade over time. So, Walker Duehr. I don't even know who that is. He had 4 points in 5 games with Stockton. Didn't really have a lot of points in Minnesota for college. He's a big boy. Should be fun. Should be interesting to watch him. I don't know. I think it's a pretty even matchup. Pretty even matchup. I'm going to give it to Philly because of Carter Hart. But I'm a little concerned about the speed. I think Calgary might outshoot Philadelphia, and Philadelphia still wins this game. Carter Hart's playing fantastic right now. So thanks to Sutter, yeah. Markstrom is playing really well, yeah. But so is Carter Hart, man. Carter Hart's playing pretty fantastic too, and it seems like he's only getting better as the year goes on. And I've been, before he had that little sputter last year, I was glowing about Carter Hart. I think he's got Vezina possibilities in his horizon. So I could see him stealing this game. Calgary's been on the road for a while. Their legs might not be where they need to be. If first period, Calgary's going to come out freaking humming, my guess here. And then over the time, Philadelphia should be able to take them over. So I'm going to lean Philadelphia, but it's a tough game. Power play has to be clicking again. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the most difficult games on the card for sure. Okay, now you guys can help me with this one because I don't know what to do here. I'll bring up their lineups, but this game isn't even really a lineup thing as much as an energy thing. Pittsburgh against the Buffalo Sabres. Pittsburgh has looked absolutely horrible, and we all know Crosby had a fit last game. Through who did he throw into the boards? Just basically did a wrestling move into the ropes, and didn't get any supplemental discipline or anything like that. So, but Buffalo on paper shouldn't win this game, but Buffalo is going to play them like they play every team. They will grind this game out. You're going with Pittsburgh, okay? For a guy who never goes for Pittsburgh, that tells me something a bit. Penguins, there we go. So CL's going with Pittsburgh. You're going to have Gutzel, Crosby, and Rust. Crosby hasn't got a point in 2 games so far. Brian Rust is back. He's getting a couple points. Gutzel's doing what he normally does. Zucker, Carter, and Kapanen. And then Aston Reese, Bluger, and McGinn. Pretty good third line, not bad. And then the fourth line now Rodriguez, who was crushing it really, gets sent down to the fourth line with Simone and Danton Heinen. That's got to hurt a little bit, right? I thought he played really well. Demelin, Chris Letang, Pedersen, Marino, Matheson, and Ruhwedel. Pedersen, Marino. Serrano's got Buffalo. And Tristan Jarry has been fairly average. But then Buffalo has Tokarski in net. Energy-wise going in, I like Buffalo. But there's going to be a rebound game for Pittsburgh where they put it all together here. And this could be it. Jeff Skinner is playing well. Tage Thompson is playing well. Rasmus Asplund, that line has been really good. Yes, you just heard me say Jeff Skinner has been playing well. I know. I know. It's weird coming out of my mouth too, but the truth is the truth. Yeah, well, those are two teams that can be outworked. In a normal situation, Pittsburgh's not getting outworked. When they were playing, I wasn't even surprised when they beat the Oilers. I was a little bit surprised when they beat Toronto, but not really. Butcher and Hag on the third and fourth line is not great. And then Tokarski and Nets got a 2.95. I think I'm going to go Pittsburgh. I think this is the game where they get the ball rolling. Crosby had a fit last time, so he's going to get these guys focused in the right direction and stepping up this game. They're not going to be, I think I'm going to go Pittsburgh. But, I mean, it's pretty cool that we're at this stage of the season and we're not super confident. Tage is a big boy. Buffalo to lose by 1. That's not bad. Lose by 1 yeah. So, yeah, I think, people are kind of 50-50 on that game. Pittsburgh's kind of scaring you. When's the last time we saw a Pittsburgh team that looked like they didn't have it, like for an extended period of time? It's weird. It's very weird. So they got to turn it around sometime. It's tonight. Tonight, I'm probably off the game mostly because it could go either way. If Pittsburgh is back to what Pittsburgh is, then they take this easy. They really will because they're not. Buffalo is going to win by outworking you. And Tokarski's not a great goaltender. Jari's not great either, but I would say better than Tokarski. So if they can stretch the ice out on them and play, I think they can beat them. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't like it. Because I'm not. That's why I don't like. But I'm just saying who's gonna win. I don't know about lines or anything like that. But I think I'd be leaning Pittsburgh here. But interesting lineup for Buffalo's been getting her done with this lineup for a while. Not bad. Pittsburgh has been a pile of poop the last 2 games, to tell you the truth. Just terrible. They lost. And here's the other one. They were blown out last game. It's always a pretty good idea to look at a team that got blown out the last game, especially a team like Pittsburgh. They got to be coming out angry here. No, they're not going to get the first overall. Jennifer, we got a new person in the freaking chat. Jennifer's in the chat. Thanks for coming in. So you like, what do you got? You got Panthers, the Blues. Yeah, I would say the Blues. Rangers. You like the Flames. We've been back and forth on the Flames. Hurricanes. I was pretty strong on the Canes until they put Ranta in. I'm a little shaky, not because he's a bad goaltender, but he's been out for a bit. And now he's got to come in and in the last couple of games he hasn't looked the best. So Oilers and Capitals. Oilers, I think that's a flip game. I don't know what Oilers team is going to show up. Their defense is brutal. Their offense can make up for it if they're moving. Winnipeg has been kind of inconsistent this year as well. I like Hollaback a lot better than I do Koskinen. To me, that's a dicey flip game. I wouldn't touch it. And Capitals, we were just having a good discussion about. That's why you got to come in, man. we were just having a good discussion about the Capitals. That's a tough one because they're both coming in hot, right? I like Anaheim. I like Anaheim against anyone right now. That's the thing. But the Capitals are getting her done. So the question for me about the Capitals here is they just went from Washington to Anaheim, and they like to have fun. Okay, let's put it that way. You're in Anaheim, you got a day or two, you get some golfing or whatever they decide to do. And, Washington has done it so many times before. They go, and I just have a feeling they might come out flat here, maybe. And I don't know how well read they're on the Anaheim Ducks or how Laviolette is going to prepare them, but they probably only know Anaheim as a bad team. And right now, Anaheim's playing like one of the best teams in the NHL. So I think it's possible that Anaheim could take him by surprise here. CL's going Caps. You can make a darn good case for the Caps, for sure. No doubt about it. That's why I'm pretty. Wayne Norton. I don't think you've ever been in here before. Everybody get the Pearlo dance out for Wayne Norton. Woo! There we go. All right, Wayne Norton, Panthers. You think Panthers are going to lick the Islanders tonight? Wow, listen to the big cojones on this dude. Wayne Norton thinks that the Panthers are going to lick the Islanders tonight on a back-to-back. Got that. Sorokin in net. Got that. Bobrovsky in net for Florida. Florida's had some rest. The Islanders looked terrible last night. You might have a point here, Mr. Wayne Norton. You may have a point, my friend. That's a pretty gutsy play, but you may just have a point. Oh, yeah. See, this is why we do this. Look at Jennifer coming out here. Look at Jennifer coming out with the pearls right here. Right? Look at this. Revenge game. Revenge game, boys and girls. The Jets swept the Oilers last year. So if there's a game to get up for here right now, like you're not going to take the Jets lightly now, are you? The Jets, now on the flip side of it, the Koskinen was in net, and they filled him in the playoffs. They absolutely filled Koskinen in the playoffs last year. That's a really good point, though. It makes me even think more about that. Let me tell you this. If the Oilers don't come out strong here in this game, if I'm the coach, I got to lose my mind. Like, if you don't come out strong against a team that just swept you in the playoffs last year, there's some character issues in that room. I'll tell you that right now. And Tortorella has come out and basically called McDavid out and said he's got to play differently. This is a character game right here tonight. Definitely a character game out here tonight. The Oilers got to be coming out on through the roof. Okay, I got something on this. I can't tell you what it is, but I got something on this one. Now that you guys brought all that stuff up, I can't tell you what it is though. But oh yeah. Wayne, right on. Thanks for following me, my friend. Bob has been playing really well, and Koskinen hasn't been playing really well. Now, Winnipeg, on the other hand, okay, we got to break out the lines here now, guys. You got me all fired up. Now. We got to break out the lines on this game. Let's break out the lines. Where's Edmonton? Yeah, right there. Edmonton Oilers. Okay. You look at the first line, Hyman. It looks like they're going to be doing the Hyman McDavid Puljujärvi thing, right? McDavid's got 27 points in 14 games. As we know, offense is not a problem for Mr. McDavid. Draisaitl on the second line with Nugent Hopkins, who's playing out of his head. Kailer Yamamoto, not so much. And that's the problem, my friends. It goes downhill so hard after this. Fogle, Ryan McLeod, and Zach Kassian's going to be in. That helps. But then Tyler Benson, Derek Ryan, and Skeever. That fourth line has got one goal. One goal on that fourth line. Now we get to the defense. You got Darnell Nurse and Barrie together. That is an absolute disaster. Barrie should be nowhere near that top freaking line ever, as far as I'm concerned. Keith and Cece, terrible. Kukuk and Bouchard. What's Bouchard doing down in the 5-6? Are you kidding me right now? Oh my gosh, that is disgusting. Bouchard's the best defenseman they have right now. 22-year-old defenseman is the best defenseman they have, and they're putting him in the 6th spot and bringing Barrie up. I know what he's doing. He challenged Barrie to play some decent defense early. He didn't, so they put him down in the bottom. Now they brought him back up again and said, we're going to give you one more chance. So watch that here, because Barrie and Nurse together last time was a circus. It was a clown show. It was absolutely terrible. So I'm not liking that right off the get-go. Koskinen's got a 2.75 and a .915. Not all his fault. Like I said, defense has been bad. Actually, it's probably not that bad in numbers. Thank the good Lord above that they finally scratched Kyle Turris and that he's out of the lineup. That's a big plus. Oh, do the Pearlo dance? Oh, for your mother-in-law? Absolutely. Mother-in-law Pearlo dance. This is the mother-in-law version of the Pearlo dance. We kind of go side to side like that and kind of stretch her out. There you go, Mrs. Mother-in-law. Pearlo dance for you, my friend. I know you can't tell me she hasn't seen it before. I know, CL, you're Pearlo dancing all day long, right? Right. Okay, next we got Winnipeg. So we're gonna look at Winnipeg now. How does this line up here? That's beautiful. I'm glad she loved it. Okay. So now we saw the top line, right? You got McDavid, Puljujärvi, and Hyman. You got Kopp, Scheifele, and Ehlers. Scheifele has been taking his time to get into. He was off for a while. I don't know. Is he going to get in the groove tonight? Is this tonight? And Ehlers. Nice lineup for sure. Connors. Luc Dubois, who is playing unbelievable right now, playing very well. Blake Wheeler, who has taken a while to get going. But Kyle Connor, 11 goals in 14 games. Harkins versus Lowry and Svechnikov. So Svechnikov now goes down to the third line, and he was playing pretty well up there in the top two. Good for him. Great opportunity to come from Detroit and play. He looks like he's loving it there. So, she has seen it. Good. I'm glad. Stetcher is out yet. Connor has been absolutely on fire. Unbelievable. I called a 50-goal season on Connor This could be it right here. That guy is so underrated. If you were in fantasy, I would have been all over him in the top 3 rounds. All over him. Jennifer got to go? Oh. Well, you guys are just exchanging pleasantries, as I like to say. So you got Morrissey, Schmidt. Schmidt is like, by the way, Nate Schmidt is one of the funniest guys in hockey. I guess he just keeps everybody laughing all the time. I've seen him in interviews and stuff, and he is funny as heck. But not the greatest at defense. Morrissey and Schmidt, Dylan and Pionk has been pretty good. And then Stanley and DeMello. I like that better than Oilers' defense by quite a bit, to tell you the honest truth. And then Hollaback and Nett I like better. It's going to be a tough out for the Oilers. After everything I just said here, I think I'm going Winnipeg. You got Toninato, Nash, and Vasilinen, speedsters on that fourth line. I like their depth better. I like their defense better. Now, how have they done as of late? I'm getting right deep into this one. Let's look at the matchup. The Oilers are not a good road team either, by the way. It's another thing. But like you said, you got the revenge thing. I just don't think that the Oilers have the character for the revenge thing to take over here. I don't know. They had that big comeback against St. Louis, but St. Louis's defense is pretty weak. Then lost to Buffalo, lost to Boston, or won against Boston, lost against Detroit. See, they won against Nashville. Nashville was on a back-to-back there. Winnipeg, how are they done? They had a good, hard-fought win against LA last game. Beat San Jose, coming in on a roll, coming in off of a hard team to play against. Yeah, I think I go Winnipeg. I'm not saying like this is a pick, but if I had to choose on this one, I'd probably go Winnipeg. You can only start 2 of Dubois, Tavares, and Nuge. What do you think? I think you go. I think Dubois and Nuge. I go Dubois and Nuge. This could be some goals in this game here, right now. All right, what are we looking at next? You guys went off the board there, but that was exciting. That was fun. Wow. Should we even talk about the Blues and Coyotes? Is anybody on the Coyotes tonight? I'll just say that. Is anybody on the Coyotes tonight? Does anybody like the Coyotes tonight? It's pretty. I think I'm hearing crickets in the room right now. Blues all day, right? Joey's got Edmonton. Okay, I didn't ask that. What do you guys got? I got Winnipeg. What do you guys got? You think Edmonton's going to pull it out? You think the revenge game is going to be a factor here, Joey? What do you guys got? Winnipeg or Edmonton? No, that's when they win. I missed that. Devondra's all over the Jets. Jets. All right. CL's on the Jets. Edmonton's goalie, yeah, and their defense is weak too. That's the problem. It's just going to be controlling that top six of Edmonton. That's the thing. You don't want to get in a run and gun with Edmonton. They're going to have norms. Okay, a lot of people are on the Jets with me there. That's good. That makes me feel good inside. No one likes AZ until they win. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't see them beating St. Louis here. The only thing you got that makes me a little bit about it is a first game off of a road trip for St. Louis. But what I like to see is that they're putting Binnington in. They're not screwing around putting the backup in this situation because they could be a little bit sluggish and off their game. No one likes AZ, no. So we got most people on the Jets there. Next game. Okay. This is a more interesting game. The Wild versus the Sharks. And I got to update, see if they have any more starting goaltender. From what I understand, Reimer is in net. Reimer is in net. And Talbot is in net for Minnesota. Reimer has been crushing it so far this year. 1.82 and a .940. Talbot has been... Now, the Minnesota Wild team in general, though, has been exceptional. Lauren likes the Wild. I know Lauren likes the Wild all the time. Lauren's a big Wild guy. Likes Minnesota. Oops. Where the heck is the Wild game? There we are. Matchup. You're like Serrano's liking the Sharks. The Sharks have more guys on the ice, though. They did get some guys back. Minnesota is pretty much fully healthy right now. So Minnesota's coming off some pretty tough losses. Colorado and Winnipeg. I wonder if they're going to be feeling down here. Before that, so they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. I didn't even realize that. I know San Jose has. Sorry about that. San Jose's lost 4 of their 5 games. Yes, Minnesota crushed Seattle. Lost a tough one to Vegas. You like Minnie? Arizona, yeah, crushed it. New York Islanders did well. Pittsburgh was a tough one, and Ottawa was a tough one. I really like what they got going. I like somebody said they really like what they got going there. I do too. I think that I just don't think San Jose's got enough. The only thing they got is they got quick movement out of the zone, San Jose, which is good against a team like Minnesota because they start playing with the puck in the zone. They are freaking lethal. You got to get that out quick. Because once they set up, it's like they're on the power play 5-on-5. Like they are amazing that way. And as much as Reimer has played well, I think they can pick away at it. Talbot will probably let a couple in here. He's not having as good a year as he did last year. But I like Minnesota's pushback. And I know San Jose's energy was great to start without Kane in there, but I think that's starting to fade a little bit. And I definitely could see the Wild winning this game for sure. You think Smith getting hurt? Well, we can agree to disagree. They're hot. They just lost to Buffalo. They won games against some pretty weak competition. And then when they came up with some teams that can outwork them, they lose. That's the problem. You just got to outwork Edmonton. Everybody knows it. You get to the puck first against them and play. You're going to match up well against their third and fourth line. You just got to find a line that's going to take out that top six and just outwork them. Outwork them. Make them. As soon as things start going a little bit awry for Edmonton, they fall apart. Usually, they will come back against weaker teams. But if you have a strong team, I don't think they're a mentally tough team yet. I don't. And I know their record says otherwise right now, but Edmonton Oilers are my team. I watch them all the time. They've been relying way too much on their power play and stuff like that. I wonder let's just bringing that up. Let's see what teams have the most penalty minutes out there. That could, because if Winnipeg's taking a whole bunch of power plays here, oh shoot, statistics. Team stats. Penalty minutes. There we go. So, Winnipeg is what? Oh, about middle. About the middle. 113 penalty minutes. Because if they take penalties, they're done. The one thing the Oilers can do, their power play percentage is just stupid. Power play percentage is 41.9 for the Oilers on power play percentage. And what's Winnipeg's penalty kill? Ew, boy. Winnipeg's got one of the worst penalty kill percentages in the league. So you don't want to be taking penalties tonight. That's for sure. That might do it for Edmonton. Winnipeg's power play is pretty darn good too, though. Not too bad. 23.7. Nowhere near as close as. What do we got? Okay. Stars versus Red Wings. We got to keep going here. Red Wings are on a back-to-back. They probably will be playing Nedeljkovic because of that. The Stars are playing Ottinger finally. Ottinger got brought up. Hudobin, I don't know what happened to Hudobin. But who do you like there? Stars in Detroit. The Wings played last night against Columbus and fell apart. We're up 2-0 and fell apart, which I called. I messaged somebody and said that watch the Columbus come back in this game, and they did. It's Ottinger's in. Detroit never confirms until late. Did they? Yeah, it says it's got to be Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic has got a 2.78 and a .918. Ottinger doesn't have any stats right now because he just got brought up from the AHL. I thought he was their best goaltender last year. Detroit relies on speed, and I'm more inclined to fade a team that is on a back-to-back that relies heavily on speed. They don't have a lot of grit in their lineup. I think Dallas could probably grab this one as long as Audie holds up. As long as Ottinger holds up, I think Dallas will probably grab this one. Dallas Stars. Let's see here. We'll look at their lineups. Robertson, since he's come back, has 6 points in 7 games. That's always good. Ropo Hintz is starting to put a couple in now. That's good. And they got Pavelski there. Robertson, Hintz, Pavelski, nice little line. Jacob Peterson, they keep on going back to this kid. He's got 2 assists in 7 games. I don't know. I watched him. He looks okay, but with Sagan and Radulov, though, they do look old, but when they're on, they can grind out games. And then Faxa goes to the 4th line where he belongs. Raffle with Ben and Gurianov. Man, that Gurianov, he always looks like he's going to be a goal scorer. But he never, I don't know. He can't get into the spots. He's got a killer shot, but he can't seem to get into the spots to let it go. The thing here, Dallas's defense is way better than Detroit's. Suter has been playing better as of late. He looked terrible earlier, though. John Klingberg has been okay since he come back, not great. Heiskanen has been amazing, and Lindell has been average. But all of those are still better than Detroit's defense. We'll go through that in a second. Now, looking at Detroit's. And by the way, all of this team can skate. Robertson, Hintz, Pavelski, like they got enough guys to keep up with the speed of Detroit, which I think will wane as the game goes on. They want to be tough early in that game. They want to soften them up early. Should be a lot of hitting early, I think. And Detroit now got like a comeback in Columbus, which doesn't help your confidence all that much. Bertuzzi, Larkin, Raymond, they look good, but they didn't look good last night. They looked okay. They got a lot of movement in the offensive zone and they're creative, but what do you guys got on this game? Help me out here, man. I haven't heard one person. Or you just listen. Fabry, Suter, Zadina. Pia Suter's doing better than I thought, but I still wouldn't say he's like fantastic. It's a pretty soft second line. I think Columbus's bigger, stronger forwards can eat them up pretty good. Nemeshnikov is the speed there. I think I would put Nemeshnikov up there with Suter and Zadina, get some speed up on that top line. Bring Fabry down with Michael Rasmussen, who's really just still trying to figure it out, and Adam Erne. And then Rowney, they're playing Velino on the 4th line. They are really being slow with that Velino kid. For defense, Moritz Seider is playing really well, but he is just a kid. And he's playing a lot of minutes. Nick Leddy and Hronek are okay. Mark Stahl and Lindstrom are pretty average. I like Dallas's defense a lot better. And I'm not huge on Nedeljkovic, so on a back-to-back with tired legs, I think Dallas maybe takes this. What do you guys think? What do you think? Dallas, Detroit, guys. I hear crickets. You're not interested in that game, I take it. Let's get on to the next game. I know Lauren wants to just get on to the next game. Detroit, yeah, I should have known. You were high on Detroit coming in this year. Keep on thinking about that, and we'll head off to what Lauren's really wanting to talk about. And that's the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. Marchessault has been put on COVID protocol, and the Hurricanes are without Pesce, of course. Canes, baby. You're going to be all over the Canes every time. Pesce is out, of course. We know that. Just go straight into the lineups here. It's an interesting game. Carolina traveled quite a bit for this game. I think they had 2 days off, though. 2 days off in Vegas, though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Nichus and Nino are both back? Oh, well, that changes things right there for sure. Yeah, I'm all over Carolina then. That's all I need to hear. I don't know, Ranta. That's the thing. Ranta is in net. And I'm just not sure how he's going to respond being out. Historically, when he was in Arizona, he'd be injured and come back and just rock it right away. But this year hasn't been quite the same as that. So you're going to have Svechnikov, Aho, Nichus. You got to love that line. It's a beautiful line. Niederreiter, we'll see how he does after being out for a while. With Trocheck and Teravainen, solid. Kokeniemi still trying to figure out in Carolina with Jordan Staal and Fast. Ooh. And then Lawrence with Stepan and Martinook. That's a pretty lineup there, boys and girls. That is a very pretty lineup. It's just without Pesce, it does hurt. And Ranta, what's he got? Yeah, see, Ranta hasn't been rocking the numbers so far. This is a big game for Ranta here. And Vegas still hasn't said who they're going to have in net. Jarvis is a scratch. Jarvis is a scratch, Lord. Yep. That's a pretty lineup. That's kind of why I thought that, getting Kokeniemi was sort of like not really necessary. But in a way, you don't like that idea. You don't like that idea. Lauren doesn't like that idea. I'm sure Brindy is listening right now. Maybe he'll second guess himself. Maybe he'll change his mind now that he knows. Brindy, we're tight, right? Lauren is not happy with you putting Jarvis out. Don't need to know. This is Lauren here we're talking about. It's Lauren. I don't need to hear your lip, Brindamore. Lauren is not happy that Jarvis is out, so you do something about that, all right? All right. I'll send you a Pearls of Wisdom necklace on your way there. Okay. What do we got now? What do we got? There's Vegas. Vegas is beat up. Yeah, I don't know. It's the more I think about it, the more I think he's sort of redundant on that lineup. But so here's the thing with Vegas now. Vegas is going to be rocking Kolasar on the top line. Nicholas Roy and Riley Smith. That does not scream first line center. First line, well, it's not really. Go overtime. Yeah, you know what? It could be a tie. I could see a tie there. Oh, you're going to be there? Oh my gosh. Devondra's going to be there. Woo! Sweet. Dadonov, Stevenson, and Stone. That's a decent line. Dadonov has played better as of late. Chandler Stevenson has 15 points in 15 games. I know, right? And there's the Stone factor. I mean, Stoner's back in the lineup, and that's always something right there. Janmark, Jake Lecision, who's played pretty good. Michael Amadio, that's where it breaks down. Carolina should be able to crush these lines. A rookie Ronberg with Howden, and they had to call up Paul Cotter. Like, Carolina should be able to tear this lineup apart. On defense, Nicholas Hag and Peter Angelo. They've been playing it with him the whole time, and Nicholas Hag has 7 points in 15 games. Hag is good this year. He's starting to take off a little bit. McNabb and Theodore is a nice line. That's good. But then you've got Ben Hutton, who hasn't played in, I can't remember, a long time. And Dylan Coughlin, who's taken a step back this year. So, lineup for lineup, Carolina's got to take this game. But they are on the road, and the thing, I get the impression sometimes Carolina gets sort of overwhelmed by speedy teams, and this is a very speedy team. I'm still thinking they'll pick away at this and win it, though. I do. I think so. Oh, you want it to go to overtime because you're going to the game. I could see it. Because you got an Eastern team against a Western team. And if it's tied up in the third, quite often they'll play for the tie, so they both get a point, right? So it definitely could happen. So I'm going Hurricanes after all that. What do you guys got? Hurricane. We got one. Lauren is the one. There used to be that Lauren was the only one that didn't get picks. Now he's the only one that does get picks. What do you guys got? Vegas or Carolina tonight? Oh my gosh. The Toronto Maple Leafs acquire Kyle Clifford. So there's that. While you're doing that, I'm going to see if there's any other news more important than that one. Where the heck is Weichel, by the way? I haven't seen. Weichel hasn't been in all day. You got Carolina too? Okay, cool. Okay, here's some news, guys. Fenway Sports Group in talks to purchase Pittsburgh Penguins. Ron Burkle and Mary Lemieux are in talks to sell the team to Fenway Sports Group, the company that owns the Boston Red Sox. Wow. That's weird. That's weird, man. It just feels like, oh my gosh. Mary Lemieux not owning the Pittsburgh Penguins, just, oh my gosh, for some reason it just makes me feel wrong inside. Something doesn't feel right in there. Doesn't that make you think that maybe everything changes now? The Pittsburgh Penguins are going corporate. So I would say that the reason why that is because the group of Lemieux and Ron Burkle don't think they can afford a rebuild. I think that's what it is. They see it coming, and they know it's going to be kind of a disaster, and they can't support the rebuild. And, the owners of the Boston Red Sox certainly can. So, wow. That is, that's, I'm kind of speechless, actually. Oh, Kyle Clifford was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Just future considerations for Kyle Clifford. That's it. I don't know why they just didn't claim him off waivers, but okay, next game. We're getting to the end here now. Oh, we already talked about this loss, but let's look at it. The Capitals versus the Ducks. Tell me who you got while I'm talking here. Both teams are hot as heck. Let's look at their records the last little while. Like, they're both crazy hot right now. Devondra's got the Ducks. Gibson and net. The last 4 games for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they won. They beat Pittsburgh 6-1, Columbus 4-3, Detroit 2-0, and Buffalo 5-3. Before that, they lost to Philadelphia, Florida, and Tampa Bay. All the big teams they lose to, it seems. And then Anaheim has been knocking them down left, right, and center. But hasn't been the strongest group that they beat. Vancouver, who's playing like Arizona. Seattle, who, like we just discussed, doesn't really have much confidence right now. They beat Vancouver twice. They did have a big win against St. Louis. Arizona, of course. Then New Jersey, who was playing strong, but they didn't really start playing strong until after that game. And then, of course, Montreal. And before that, they lost to Vegas, Buffalo, and Winnipeg. This is a big one for Anaheim. This is where you put your big boy pants on. You got a big stud, hard team like Washington coming in now. You've won against, a couple of cans here the last little while. Now it's time to come up big. Devondra's got the Ducks. Washington, like I said, traveled from Washington to Anaheim a couple days ago. How much fun have they been having? That's one question, because they like to have their fun there. If you ever saw their cup celebration, woo! Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, Wilson has been their bread and butter. And then Sherry, Sprong, and Sherry, Connor McMichael, and Sprong. Sprong played for Anaheim before. That quite often has players playing their best game. Okay, so they've got some more problems here. Nick Dowd is out too, because they got a guy playing Garrett Pylon. I don't even know who that is. Drafted in the 3rd round in 2016. 11 points in 13 games. He's just a little guy. 5'10". He's going to be their 3rd-line center today? Wow. That's not a pretty looking lineup. And then fair. Orloff, Jensen, who has actually been playing not too bad, and Van Riemsdyk and Schultz. Their defense is playing better than it looks on paper so far. Vanacek is going to be in net. He's been the better goaltender so far. Now for Anaheim, they got him up the middle. The Ducks have him up the middle for sure. Well, Getzlaf has been playing out of his head. So is Henrique and Troy Terry, 11 goals in 15 games. But they've been playing Delorier on the second line, and that's not ideal. Trevor Zegras and Milano have found some chemistry. McTavish, Isaac Lundestrom, I love him. You know that. Said it before. And Silverberg. So they're putting offense through all the lines. And then Grant, Sam Steele, and Carrick. Sam Carrick has been potting them. Like, they've been getting offense through their whole lineup. Lindholm and Drysdale. Fowler and Manson. They're like two peas in a pod. And Shattenkirk has been playing very, very well with Benoit Simon. And, of course, Gibson is always Gibson. I think I'm going Anaheim. After saying all that, I don't know. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a really tough game. Washington's going to get physical right away. And I get Anaheim kind of can get intimidated by a physical big team like that. The question is whether they're going to now. And they got such a young team. McTavish. It's just going to be a fun game to watch. I'm really wanting to watch that one. Now, there's a good point too, Devondra. A letdown after drubbing the Pens. Maybe coming in over. Washington has a penchant for being overconfident too. So you got there's that too. They have a penchant for being overconfident. Good point. Excellent point, Devondra. That's why I talk to you guys, man. I do love the Ducks right now. I think, yeah, for a dog, it's a good pick. Love hearing that name again. What's that? All right. Our final game. I already talked about the Detroit game. Was that our last game? No. There's one more, I think. No, that's the last game. So we went through all. Oh, no, we got. The Senators. No, the Senators and Devils game has been postponed due to COVID. That's right. So, yeah, Senators getting rocked by COVID. They COVID. I wish they didn't. I would have been all over the Devils there, but. Oh, you do have Jarvis in? Let me refresh that then. Yeah, 10 players on. Yeah, I like Nietzsche's being back, and they got fresh legs there. I still got Seth Jarvis scratched. Where else can I find this? Line combos. Let me check. Let me check left wing lock, see if it comes up. That's usually a little more reliable. Okay, left wing lock has Jarvis out too. What was that based on, I wonder? Game day. Huh, yeah, they got him out too. Okay, maybe they're going to surprise everybody, I guess. I'm looking up other stuff here, so. Okay, so anyways, at the beginning here, I was talking about who might be traded. And Phil Kessel almost certainly will get traded here, somewhere along the line. Phil Kessel. So I was going to look at where maybe Phil Kessel might go. KK playing center on the fourth line. Okay, so they're going to start working him in the middle now. See it, give him a try at center for a bit. That's pretty cool. I like the way they're easing him into the lineup, though. Far too often, players go get young. Teams get young players from other teams, and then they try to play him too high. Try to play him too much right away. I like the way they ease him into the lineup, make him feel comfortable and stuff like that, and go. I like the way they're doing that. So Phil Kessel is the big trade chip now, unless something crazy happens. I was wondering what you guys thought. Where do you think Phil Kessel may go? Because he's pretty much for sure going to get traded. There's no doubt about that. He has, from the games I've watched, and I watch Arizona games, if you can believe that. From the games I've watched, he's looked pretty good. He hasn't looked bad. I mean, his numbers don't really pan it out, but Bill T, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. We were just talking about Phil Kessel getting traded, but if you want to talk something Boston, go right ahead. Like if Phil Kessel is going to, there's no question he's going to get traded. The question is, where would he get traded to? Arizona's going to want a draft pick for him for sure. They didn't go all this way just to hold on to Phil Kessel and people like that. Where Arizona? There we go. So far, he's had 6 points in 15 games, which isn't great, but I mean, it's going to be St. Louis Blues. Oh, you forgot the Devils have New Jersey. Yeah, they need a shooter though. It's not a bad thought. I get you. I get you. For sure, that's a good thought. I think if Montreal was in it, they might be in there, but they're not, so they won't be. Oh shoot! I didn't see how much is he making. I think he's making like 5 or 6 million a year. Phil Kessel. He's making 6 million just for this year, so they could retain a bit. Steele is in the house, yeah. They could retain a bit. St. Louis, you figure, eh? Wow, that'd be a lot of shooters in St. Louis. Holy crap. Because Kyra is playing incredible. Buchnevich is starting to find his feel there in St. Louis. But he could fit. He's a righty, though. Can he play both sides? No, he's a right winger, straight up right winger. And he's a pretty he's a pretty stubborn guy. So if they move Vladimir Tarasenko like they said they're going to do, I could see it for sure. St. Louis. Kessel to the Canucks, yeah, probably. Why not? It does scream like a Benning move. Yeah, you're right. You might as well get. He'd probably give up like something like ridiculous for him too. Who knows? That would be a scary trade, I think. See, I think Phil Kessel controls his fate a little bit too, right? He's not just going to go anywhere, I don't think. Because he's got a no movement clause. He's working during the day, Bill. Hopefully we can have Peyton on. Peyton works now too. And Off the Wall John probably doing a live stream tonight because that's what he does every night. He's busier than heck, so. I'm just thinking a team that really needs a shooter. Heck, what about Philadelphia? Steele's going to scream no. I know he is. No, I think they got enough guys like that. Philly wouldn't work. Philly, they got their guy already. Wouldn't be. They got Atkinson, so that's their guy. He went to Arizona. Where else would he be willing to go to? We were just talking about the Ducks. You know what? If the Ducks were in it at that time, maybe the Ducks. They need a shooter hardcore there. Well, they got Troy Terry, I guess. I wonder if he'd like to go to Anaheim. But I don't see them selling. I don't see them buying like that yet. Vegas Golden Knights will get him. Seems like the perfect spot for him in Vegas. They get Eichel. He gets Eichel, Kessel, Stone. I think, yeah. If they retain money and they can make it work, Vegas Golden Knights and Kessel seems like a match made in heaven. I don't know why. JVR for, yeah, there you go. That's possible. Getting a lot smaller, but be nice to have another shooter like that. He's a killer, and he's a great passer too. He's good at both. Yeah, I saw that. JVR for Kessel. I don't. They're going to want more than that. They're going to want picks. They'll take JVR, but you're going to have to attach picks to it. Sean York, welcome to the live, my friend. I don't know why I'm staring at my phone. Oh, because that's why, because I can see the chat that way. We're really on the fence about that, Sean. It's about 50-50 Ducks in Washington tonight. Yeah. We're trying to find some time to get a live stream in the evening where we basically talk like this every once in a while, but we can't get like a regular day. It's a little difficult. And a pick or two, yeah. That might do it. You could go and play with Ghost there. Give up a pick or two, then they might be interested for sure. Well, it's been talked about Tarasenko going to the Islanders for quite a long time. It's an interesting idea. I mean, St. Louis is probably going to want players back, but I don't think that I don't think the Islanders can give up defense, and I think that's what they would most want. Also, they have no draft. Well, I guess they do have their first next year. I don't think they want to trade their first, though, for sure. It would just be what's going to go back. Are they finally going to give up on Josh Bailey? Maybe. They put him out there they put Josh Bailey out there as for the expansion draft. So, I mean, that's a player. He does put up some decent points. He's getting a little bit long on the tooth. He's making $5 million a year. It would be gut-wrenching for him to get traded after he's been very loyal to that organization. So, but he's the only guy that really makes sense. I don't see them trading Beauvillier in that deal. They need his young legs. Pajot, Bellows, who's hurt? Yeah. I seriously think it would have to be like Josh Bailey plus. Something like that. Josh Bailey plus picks and stuff like that. But when he goes on the market, I think, the rumors were happening before the season. Now Tarasenko is, playing very, very well. Islanders fans are not very happy. Well, it's been a long road trip, man. Tough road trip for them. But they get pretty not happy pretty quick there, the Islanders on Long Island, the fans there. I think the Dallas Stars will be trying to look at that if they can fit the cap room somehow. Maybe Colorado. Philadelphia will probably be picking up the phone. I don't know who they would trade, but the Devils would probably be interested. I think the Devils would probably be pretty bullish. If the Pittsburgh Penguins don't want to rebuild and stuff like that, he'd work great there they could find a way to make that deal. But I don't know exactly how they would go around doing that. Florida Panthers might be picking up the phone. A lot of teams would be picking up the phone. It's just what are you going to have to give up? Because they're going to want bodies in return. That's the thing. That's the big thing. They're going to want bodies in return. What about Nashville Predators? That's the sort of play that Poyle does, and they may not totally need to give up cap, but they're going to want players back because they're in a playoff spot. So I don't think they have enough depth to make that move. I don't think they have anything that's going to compete with like a Bailey out of New York Islanders. So LA Kings, but they like their kids. If they really want to go for it this year, though, they could possibly be in there. Vegas Golden Knights will always be in there somehow. Oh, what about the Calgary Flames? I remember Calgary being in there before. But I mean, the most they're gonna be offering like maybe Sean Monahan and Dylan Dubé maybe. Because I that's the thing is they're not going to be getting as much as they like in return still for that deal. I'm pretty sure he's making a lot of money. It's going to be a tough trade. That's why it hasn't happened yet. It's a tough trade for sure. Boston needs to clean. Oh, Boston could use him. Why didn't I think about that? Yeah, Boston could use a Tarasenko in a big, bad way. Big, bad way. Yeah, New Jersey Devils and the Boston Bruins. I think they'd be the biggest ones in on them. I don't know who they would trade. I mean, they're probably going to offer up Coyle. That's probably not my favorite pickup for St. Louis. You know, they're going to want bodies in return, and that's what makes that deal tough because it makes a deal to anybody tough. Preferably, I think, I don't know, they'd probably want a forward and a defenseman or something like that. But Boston would probably be in there hardcore if they're really going for it this year. Now, if they, I think, logically look at themselves and figure their defense is never going to be good enough to make a run this year, then they wouldn't be in. And I don't think I don't know. They got to improve their defense a lot. And they need depth scoring. Oh, Jake DeBrusk, who's only got 4 points in 3 games. They could do a package with Jake DeBrusk and you want Charlie Coyle, really? They don't have a center. They need their centers. Maybe like Mike Riley and Jake DeBrusk, they take a chance on him that a new home will get his motor running and some picks or something like that. But I mean, he would fit on that right side pretty darn nice. They still need a center, but at least they got a guy that can shoot from the right side on that second line. Coyle McAvoy, there's no way they're trading McAvoy in that deal. You didn't mean to say McAvoy there, right? No. Yeah, if you want to give up McAvoy, I'm pretty sure you can get Tarasenko no problems. That deal's done yesterday. That deal's done a long time ago. Giving up McAvoy in that deal would be what you don't like McAvoy, Bill? Or did you make a mistake there? Or are you not talking about Tarasenko in general? Like just if that McAvoy trade would be ridiculous. The return you would get for that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I don't know. I can't. If McAvoy was on the return would be stupid. So, I think McAvoy has been everything to that team. If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have made the playoffs last year. I thought McAvoy if was Norris worthy last year. If you want to trade McAvoy, my gosh, there'd be a lineup. Every team in the league would be scrambling to give you whatever they could find to get McAvoy. That's probably the first person I've heard say they don't like McAvoy. Oh, picks tough. Tough. Yeah, I guess there's stuff in there. Rickett. But I gotta head out. That's my full 42. It's been fun. So much fun. I have to jet too. Thanks for watching. I'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow. And there will be Frolic. I can assure you of that. Have a great day, everybody. Lots of love to you. Okay, bye.